USC has a football coach. It's been the man who's been coaching them over the last couple of weeks. It's Clay Helton. He lost the interim tag and got a contract extension. I'm Brian Clark at CineSport talking about the hire and some other coaching news with Ralph Russo of the AP. Ralph, this doesn't exactly seem like the most headline-grabbing choice for what could be the best job in the country. Why did Pat Haden make this choice?
Well, Pat Haden has a little bit of a different approach to college sports, and I think it might be a little idealistic, but I don't think he is a guy who really who feels the need to be involved in a massive arms race in which you throw $6-7 million at a head coach because he's got a big name, and you bring him in and hope that he wins national championships. Now, I don't know if that falls in line with where USC is. USC is a program that should be competing for national championships, but I think he likes Clay Helton's integrity. He's a guy who's been in the program for a while, who's been seen as sort of a rock in an unstable situation. It's definitely a little strange, but it's not necessarily shocking that Pat Haden went in this direction.
But it seems like, and he got this contract extension, but you look at what USC has ahead of it. Okay, they've got the Pac-12 championship this weekend against Stanford, then possibly maybe the Rose Bowl or a big bowl. Then they open next year against Alabama. So the next 3 games for USC could be 3 very tough games. And could that get Clay Helton started off on the back foot immediately?
Yeah, this guy could be on the hot seat 3 games into his tenure with a 5-year contract. It's hard to really put into perspective here where Pat Haden is going with this. Again, I think he's trying to stay grounded without understanding that USC is a big dog. USC is a place that should be competing for national championships, and to do that, you might need to mix it up with one of these high-profile coaches. He just doesn't seem willing to do that, and good luck to Clay Helton. He may surprise us all, but this is not an easy task for Clay Helton because I think, if nothing else, he could be starting out in a tough situation with the fan base if he loses a couple of games right off the bat.
And the other coaching news of the day, Tom Herman, who has become the biggest name in this coaching situation, isn't going anywhere. He's staying at Houston for presumably a lot more money. Are we getting the sense as to the kind of job it's going to take to get Tom Herman out of Houston?
I think the biggest thing with Herman is he's only been there 1 year, and for a coach to leave a situation, any situation, after just 1 season is a little tough. It's hard to sort of sell that to recruits later on, and I think it sort of questions your integrity a little bit. I mean, you're asking guys to get on board with you now, and then you're gonna jump ship after 1 year. So I do think it was going to take a really special situation to pull Herman out of Houston. I think if Georgia were to possibly come after Tom Herman, maybe that changes his mind. If USC had come after Tom Herman, maybe that changes his mind. But if you're Tom Herman, I don't think you're leaving Houston and $3 million after 1 year to go to Maryland or maybe even South Carolina. I think you're going to need to really be overwhelmed by a marquee job to leave a job after 1 season.
Okay, so that's the Monday news in this coaching situation. We'll see what the rest of the week has in store. Ralph Russo covering it all for the AP. Thanks, Ralph.